borrowings are being done without legislative authority, because the legislative authority that is required, if you go to Article 290, Article 209 and Article 210, 209 is said on the kind of taxes that can be set, and 210 says taxation must be based on legislation. So, if you are going to borrow, a loan is an advance tax, because at the end of the day you'll be taxed to pay back the loan. The loan is a tax in the future. So if borrowing must be based on legislation, if taxation must be based on legislation, it follows that borrowings equally must be based on taxation, because you pay loans from your taxes. And that's why then a debt ceiling cannot survive the interrogation of the Constitution. If you hold the debt ceiling against the Constitution of Kenya, which explicitly states that taxes can only be imposed by legislation, then you cannot go through the back door and say you can borrow and impose taxes without legislation, because a loan is a future tax. A loan is not a free lunch. It's a future tax. And if the Constitution says you can only tax people based on legislation, then you cannot borrow outside legislation. So when the government is borrowing using a public policy statement, which is not legislation, it's making a very, very bad mistake, because it's violating the Constitution. Because tomorrow, Ochieng, Kamau, Muhammad, Abdi, whoever, Prakash, will have to go and pay that tax. Will be taxed. But they'll be taxed without the law, without legislation, because to pay that loan. So, and remember, the loans, when you repay loans, is a recurrent expenditure. It's charged like an expenditure that you've already incurred, like buying medicine. So you'll end up paying taxes that were not properly imposed. And that's why we want to say that in that petition, we have also challenged the question of the debt ceiling, and we have asked the court to quash that section that imposes the debt ceiling on Kenyans and restore everything back to the budget. So when we are going to borrow, we'll borrow in the budget and demonstrate capacity to repay that loan in that budget, and also tie the loan to particular items that are going to be financed.